Welcome back, everybody. As you just saw, we shot this rifle at the range, and now we're gonna do some small maintenance on the rifle after shooting it. It's really important that you remove this part before you pew pew. So after making sure there's no bullet in the chamber, you can pull the trigger to the back to make sure you can remove the bolt of the rifle. It's just a small part, and now you have removed the bolt. We are going to place this here. So if we would like to clean the firing pin in this bolt, we have to disassemble it. And an important part for the disassembly is this black circle has to be pushed in order to rotate this part of the bolt. In order to make it a little bit more easier for myself, I built a small piece of wood with a hole in it and entered a screw into it to make it more reliable to push in. So as you push the bolt down onto the screw, you have to make a small turn on the bolt to be able to release this, the safety switch out of the bolt, and then slowly release the bolt from the screw and let the spring come out of the bolt. Once you've done that, you can remove the firing pin and the lever from the bolt, and then you have your whole bolt disassembled and ready for cleaning.
It's a very small firing pin.
Yep.
How many times do you clean it?
The last time I cleaned it was, I think it's 1 or 2 months ago.
Okay.
But as you can see, the firing pin protrudes into the bolt like this.
Yeah.
When you want to fire it.
So how do you clean it?
I start by grabbing a small brush. I have some rifle cleaning aid, Brunox, a small copper brush, small side and a big side. And I also have a big container with doekjes.
Yes.
Big and small.
The famous Dutch doekjes.
So what I'd like to do is put a little bit of the Brunox on the brush. A little bit is enough. And start. Brushing it.
Why do you use I call it a copper brush?
A copper brush because it's more brittle than the steel I'm using to clean it, so it won't damage the steel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more thorough to clean residue of the bolt.
Yeah. Can I give you a free tip?
Sure.
Use a toothbrush. It doesn't damage anything, and that is in this case there's still some oil on it. I use the military oil. And I even have the little brushes electric, but my wife doesn't appreciate it if I use it.
Maybe you have an old electric toothbrush you can use.
Not an old one.
I actually have a spare electric toothbrush that I might start using for this, but
Yeah.
that's actually pretty lazy if we start using that. But if
Oh,
it works,
you're too lazy to use it.
at the moment I am. Yeah. Maybe we should remove this part over here. Now the important thing is you can see the hooks of the bolt that help with removing
the ejector.
the ejector for removing the casings from the gun or rifle. And you need to clean those thoroughly in order to make the ejector work properly.
You don't disassemble them?
I don't disassemble that part
Okay.
always. You can if you want to, but I haven't done that before, to be fair. So you are able to, but you don't have to always. That's maybe something to do for another video.
Yeah, maybe. Next time.
Next time, yeah. This is greased in. I'm gonna switch over to the other side. And now the hardest and trickiest part is the inside.
Is it?
If it's possible, I don't have a good brush for it. Do you have a brush for that? Of course.
Is the earth flat?
No, but on the end there's it starts to narrow down.
Okay. This is just a piece of wood and some cotton on the end. We call it wattenstaafje, and they are brilliant to clean. Why did you choose for this weapon, for this rifle?
I chose this rifle because it's, like I said, a left-handed version of the rifle, and it was a second-hand bought instead of new, which I enjoy. It's a lot cheaper to purchase.
Are they affordable?
Depends on how big your budget is, but I found it pretty affordable.
What's the price when you buy it new?
New I wouldn't know, but
Around?
I think it would be 700-800 euros if it's
Okay.
new. And I bought it second hand now for, I think it was 400 or 450 euros.
Yeah, but it depends on the
on the
state it
condition.
is.
Yeah, but it's a pretty good condition I bought it
Yeah,
in.
it's a very nice one.
Yeah, there are some new dents and nicks to
Yeah,
the wooden frame, but yeah,
you're using it.
exactly. Now I have to find this one. That one was pretty dirty. And here you can see that it's pretty burned in already, or is it just,
It's kind of polished.
yes, the polish?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually pretty clean.
Yeah,
It doesn't really need cleaning.
but you
all
always
cleaning
clean
is-
it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it needs cleaning. But if you doesn't clean it on a regular base, it gets dirty and you wouldn't notice it because you don't disassemble everything
Okay.
until it doesn't function, doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
Then you notice it, and
Yeah.
then
Then it's actually too late.
yeah, because the damage has been done.
Some people say you don't have to clean it. If you do it once a year, that's more than enough. I prefer to do it every time after I'm coming back from the shooting range. So I know it's a reliable tool.
Okay. Let go of my sleeve. The Q-tip.
Wattenstaafje.
Wattenstaafje. Ja. And also here you can see that it's pretty dirty inside. I think it's never been cleaned on the inside here.
No.
Well, I haven't cleaned it inside from the inside like this before. So maybe the previous owner cleaned it, but as I can see from the Q-tip, I don't think it has been cleaned from the inside before.
Okay.
That's that part, and then we can move on to the grendel or the safety pin. Because we would like the safety pin to function when we need it, instead of it jamming up.
Do you ever use a bore snake?
I do. I actually have one in my rifle bag with me on the range. If I notice that my results are off, that's when I know that I shot too many bullets without cleaning the barrel. And then I take out my bore snake and run it through the rifle. We'll show you how that works. I'll take the rifle off the table for a second to insert it properly. Here you can see the barrel. And now we're gonna insert the bore snake.
Yeah.
It's a bit tricky in the beginning to get used to it. Yeah, and then we have to run it all the way through the barrel. There it is. So now that you have the bore snake out of the rifle, I would like to turn the rifle around with the stock to the floor and the barrel to the ceiling, like this.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to start
Pulling it
through the barrel. You would like to do this in one quick motion, as not to stop during flying through the barrel.
Oei.
Ik wou net zeggen. There it is. Just a little bit of gun cleaning oil for the crown of the rifle. Not too dirty. Yeah. Okay, so I grabbed the pompstok, is the word in Dutch. It's just a long stocky telescope. You have the plastic nylon version, a copper version, and also a cloth version. And the proper way to run it through your barrel is go with the copper version first, after which you use the nylon, and after that, to clean it up, you use the cotton version. Now, one of the most important things while using this tool, if I bring the rifle up under the camera, is that we run the pompstok through the rifle from one direction only, and that is from the direction that the bullet is going into the barrel, so from starting point to the finish point on the end here. And at the end, when the pompstok comes out with the tip, it's important to keep it out of the barrel. And then, as you can see here, you are able to remove the head from the pompstok, and only then should you pull the pompstok back through the barrel. We'll show you. Now it's in the head. have now the head is out of the barrel, and we just turn off the head from the pump stock, and then we pull back the pump stock. Out of the barrel. That's it. And then into the barrel. Screw off the top. Pull back the pump stock. Put on the cotton top. Cloth top. Take off the cloth top. Yep.
Now, as you
may be able to see here, there's a lot of blue plastic residue from the pump stock going in through the barrel. And now we have to start removing that. I usually grab a Q-tip for this and some great quality blowing with the mouth. I think this is some of the easiest maintenance you can do on a rifle once you've been to the shooting range with it. Now we have to clean up the firing pin and the bolt and reassemble it into the rifle. And afterwards we'll run a rag past the wooden frame of the rifle and the rifle barrel itself to remove any sweaty hands residues. But first we have to clean this one up, because we had enough time for the oil to work into the residue. Make a bit more space. Well, as you can see, there's still some leftover kruidslijm on it. Even though it's just been a couple of rounds that were fired at the firing range. And for this part, I'd just like to use a doekje.
It's a wonderful thing, doekjes.
Looks pretty clean.
Yeah. I use these kind of blikjes, cans, put some oil in it, and the little parts I just let it soak for 10-15 minutes.
Oh, that's what we could have done with the safety pin in the
Yeah.
spring. That's actually a good idea.
But I'm not a really, how do you say it? Mathematist? Wiskundige?
Oh, mathematician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more like a magician, but I
That
can't
does-
fit it. Still doesn't fit.
That might fit a
Ah,
little bit. Now we have to bring it all together again. It's like a puzzle.
yeah.
It's always like that.
Oh.
There we go. There we go.
8, 20. How many pieces are there? 6, 7?
I haven't counted. Did you?
No.
I'm pretty sure. See, I'm messing up already because this one has to go in front of that one. Then you can do the firing pin. Oh. So the puzzle is like follows. You have this part with the spring that goes into the firing pin.
One way to fit it?
It's a one-way fit. You have to be, the only part that's important to remember is that you have to keep the bolt part with the half a circle here. That has to go in front of the hole here in order to be able to fit in the safety pin later on.
Okay.
Because if you don't fit that in properly, you won't be able to put it together. And so you bring in the safety pin. And now it's back to the wooden improvised piece of tool that we're going to use to push it all together.
Wait a second, let me
Record that from the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have the safety pin disassembled. Now we're going to put some pressure on this part. Okay. I think I saw we did wrong because the previous try we had it upside down.
Ah,
And
yeah.
now we are putting it on the in the right position. The order of which we insert everything is the same as previously. The pin goes in, the bolt or the spring with the knob at the end. There you go. And make sure that you have this opening in front of the hole of the bolt to make it able to fit in the safety pin later on if you put it in here. So you put it all on the makeshift.
So what's the next step to assemble it?
So after we assembled the bolt back together, it's important to put the finger on the trigger and pull the trigger back in order to be able to return the bolt to its original position. And then you release the trigger here, and then it should be good to go.
And the safety is working?
The safety works.
Okay.
And in order to bring it into the inside of the barrel, it's important to move it around a couple of times to help spread the oil inside of the chamber. And already it's starting to move a lot smoother than before.
Making it again a reliable gun.
Yeah.
Rifle.
It's just, it says it's a universal sportsman cloth.
Oh,
Pretty fancy, and it comes down to, I think it's a bit of cotton. It doesn't say what kind of material it is, but I say it's cotton.
it's universal.
It's universal, so you can use it for everything. Maybe we should take the rifle out of the way to show this part.
Yeah.
Yeah. That gives them some working space. So when you want to clean your magazine from the CZ452 rifle, because it has a lot of dirt in it, or you just want to check how the condition for the spring is inside the magazine, it's important to grab a small tool. Here we have a really small imbus that we use in order to push in this small hole. It's really important that behind this hole is a small spring loaded with a little, I think it's a small pin to keep this slide in position. So be careful when removing this that it doesn't fly through your room, because you will lose it and you won't be able to reassemble it.
How expensive are they?
I've looked it up, and this is a plastic version, and the plastic version was about, I think it was 25 euros.
So you don't have to clean it, just buy everything.
Or you can buy more because you want to, but
How many cartridges does it contain when it's filled up?
this one can hold 5 22 round bullets.
Okay.
But you also have the extended version that goes to 10, and I think there's even 15 if you want to.
Okay.
But seeing as we use it for shooting sports, 5 bullets is enough in one run. So I have the 5 version. In order to open it, you push in the pin and you start sliding it up a bit. There it goes. Now that you wiggled it free. Nope. It's the other way. There you go. As you can see, there's room here to slide it off the plastic. And I like to keep my finger in front of it in order to catch the pin that comes out. Here it is. If you lose this one, it's pretty hard to reassemble it, because this is it, nothing more. A small spring with a small pin. Once you have that, be sure to keep your finger in front of it, because the rest of the spring is going to come out. And the tray that keeps the bullets in place. And this is how you disassemble the magazine. Now you can start cleaning it, brushing it, tune it if you want. I don't know why, but maybe. And once you're done, you can put back this part into the magazine.
You're not going to clean it?
No, I did it last time.
Okay.
And I believe that after 50 rounds, you don't need to clean the magazine again.
Okay.
For now. This can be a bit tricky, but I found a small trick for that. If you bring in the spring here and you push the sled back a bit, you can keep it in its place before you bring back in the spring.
Do you want another tip?
Well,
Use this one. You can hold the spring by sticking it through.
and that's how you learn more.
Press the spring down.
Yeah.
Release this one. I'm not sure if it's thin enough.
No, it's not. That's okay. This will work too.
You know what I mean?
I understand what you mean, because if
Okay.
you push it down far enough, you can keep it in its place before
Yeah.
releasing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this works too. Now you have the opening left. to insert the spring and the pin into. And this is going to be a bit nifty, but I use my nail here to push it down. And once it's kind of in place, you can slide it over. And now it won't slide, there it is. And you can hear the click.
Oh, I just heard a click.
And now it's back into place.
Okay.
And now you can use it to load up rounds and put it into the rifle again. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Don't forget the thumbs up button.
And hit the notification bell.
And it's very simple. It's all free. You can just do it. And I'm thankful.
And if you want to see more of me, leave a comment. And if you want to see more of Rob, leave a comment too.
If you don't want to see more of Ruan, yeah.
Yeah, what should
No?
they do?
No?
let Rob know that that he can't invite me anymore to come by.
Thanks for showing the CZ rifle
No
and the
problem.
maintenance. It shoots pretty good for a left-handed rifle, and as I'm right-handed, I'm always right.
Nobody's perfect.
No, but I'm very close.
And that's why I shoot left instead of right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget it. The I like it button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Use it, use it, use it. Thank you. See you next time. Bye bye. Meetpunt, trefpunt.
Ja.
Waar is het?